Hello there, I'm Sam.
And I'm Tori.
And we are
100 Baker Wood.
And today we are making
a dairy-free, soya-free, nut-free Victoria sponge.
Let's go. Here
we've got all of our ingredients. Some I have already pre-weighed just to make it a bit easier for today. So we're still using our Flora plant butter. So I have weighed out here 225 grams, and then I've got 225 grams of caster sugar, 200 grams of plain flour, and 25 grams of corn flour. Then I'm going to be adding to the dry mixture some baking powder, and I'm going to be doing 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder and just a little pinch of salt. Your 4 eggs.
I'm just eating a cracker.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our Oatly whole milk, and obviously the gold standard of vanilla, Nielsen Massey vanilla extract.
If I can figure out how to do it, I will put a list of all of the ingredients and the quantities up on the screen.
And then what you're going to want for obviously the in-between of the cake is some nice strawberry jam. We just tend to go for an Aldi's specially selected.
Sorry, there's quite a few interruptions today. We are trying to make this while our son is here. I mean, he's normally here, but we've managed to do it when he's at nursery. So we do keep getting interrupted. And we're a bit, you know, oh, should he be on camera, shouldn't he? We don't know. Probably not. So it's very difficult to keep filming with a 4-year-old gremlin in the house. So please continue.
So obviously these are the main ingredients that you're going to use for the Victoria sponge, for the sponge mix. And then for the inside you're going to want to use some kind of cream. Now I have done this recipe before with buttercream, which would be the same buttercream as in our previous recipe, but for today I'm going to use Oatly whippable cream, so you can use it as a double cream substitute. So we're going to use that as our substitute, and then just some nice strawberry jam. And then you're going to need 3 tins, which you are going to line with some baking paper and just grease lightly, just so that you've got it all ready so it doesn't stick.
Right.
You're going to turn your oven to 160. So we'll get that on and heating up, and then we'll start making a cake. So the first thing you're going to do is get your mixing bowl, and you're going to put your butter in there. So your butter's gone in. Then you're going to add your caster sugar.
Oh, all of it?
Yep.
That was quick. I wasn't ready. Don't worry.
All's gone in.
Okay. I like this one so far. This is more like it.
And then on the mixer, and get that blending together.
It's not switched on.
Oh, error. There we go.
Right, what number are we on?
We are on number 2.
Number 2.
You just want that. You want your butter to be quite soft so that it does mix in well with the sugar, but you just want to cream the butter and sugar together just to get them to be mixed before you then go in adding the rest of your ingredients. The next thing you're going to add in is your vanilla essence. So we'll get that open and ready. We are going to need a teaspoon of vanilla essence. There you go, you can see it's starting to come together now.
Oh yeah, looks a bit like ice cream.
Yeah, you want that smooth ice cream kind of texture. Then when that's fully mixed, we'll turn it off and add in our vanilla. There we go. We'll just scrape that off. And as you can see, that butter's gone really soft now. And it's really mixed in well.
So was that cold, hard butter or quite soft anyway?
It's quite soft anyway. The Flora plant, to be fair, is quite a soft butter anyway. But when you buy it in the tub, it's already a little bit softer. But if it is hard, if you have got the block, just take it out the fridge for 5-10 minutes before you get started. So we're just going to put a teaspoon full of vanilla essence. In it goes. And then we're going to mix that all in as well. Just again on number 2. You can smell that. And then once that's all mixed, we're going to turn that off and move on to our dry ingredients. So, the next stage is to mix together the dry ingredients ready to mix into the butter and sugar mix. So you're going to take your 200 grams of flour into this bowl.
All in.
All in. Then you're going to add in your corn flour.
What is corn flour? What does that mean?
Corn flour is a thickener. So quite often it's added to thicken sauces, things like that.
Oh, I know, yeah, I'm sorry, over here.
Baking powder, you want 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So I've got my quarter one here. So I'll do half and then I'll use the other spoon to do the other 2. Give that a little mix in. And then now we're just going to add in literally just a pinch of salt.
Pinch.
Just a little pinch. Again.
Right, let's have a look. How much is one man's pinch? There you go.
It's a very small amount and I probably won't even use that much. So there you go. So literally just a little pinch. Any excess, just get rid of. So again, give that a little stir because the next thing we're going to do is add that in to our sugar and butter mix. That's all ready to go.
This seems like this is coming together really quick.
It is this one. It's quite a quick mixture, this one.
Right. Right, so, sorry, quick recap.
So, we have mixed together our flour, corn flour, pinch of salt and baking powder into the bowl, ready to go. The next stage is to put the eggs in. 4 eggs, and you're just going to crack them in. Little tap. In it goes. And then once you've got 1 egg in, get the mixture slowly mixing just to get that first one mixed in, just on 1, just to get it gently mixed in. You can see it almost looks like it's curdling a little bit, but that's just normal. It's just it getting mixed in. Once that's started to break down, turn it up just a little. And you'll see it starting to come together more. Once it's fully incorporated, we're going to carry on and add in all 3 of the remaining eggs.
The same process, like egg by egg, sort of slowly mixing, or can the next 3 just go in one lump?
No, because obviously you want to make sure that you don't get any splatter and that it's all fully incorporated. Some people do just put it all in one go. I just prefer to do it this way because you get a better even mix. Starting to curdle. That's perfectly normal. You'll see how much that consistency is going to change now when you add your flour mixture. We're going to do one more last mix and then start adding in our flour mix. Now we're going to add adding our flour mixture, just 1 spoonful at a time. Again, the reason for doing it just 1 spoonful at a time, get a better even mix, but also means that obviously you risk that cloud of it coming out. So just 1 spoonful in, back in, and on a low speed. Probably a number 2 again. Then again, go in for the next spoon. You might find you can add in more than 1, getting that cloud and losing half your mixture. But as I've said previously, now you can see it doesn't look curdled anymore. You're getting that cake mixture coming together there. And then once all the flour is fully incorporated, then we will add in some of the Oatly whole milk, just to make it a slightly looser mixture, and then it's ready to go in the oven. Here we go. Last bit of flour going in now. Here we go. And that's probably enough now, and now we just need to add in our milk.
So we're back. So the mixture is all fully mixed.
Yep.
Looks exactly like cake mix, smooth and delicious. So what do we do now?
Now we just need to add in a small amount of oat milk. Now you don't want to add in too much because then you'll end up with too liquidy a mixture. So they give you a guide of roughly 30 to 45 mils of oat milk. So we're going to measure out 30 and then we'll see how we go. And if we need more, then we'll add in some more. So we'll measure out 30 or 31, that's fine. We'll start off with the 31. So we're going to pour that in just a little bit, just to check, because again, you don't want to add too much in. So now we're going to turn that back on slow and then gently speed up once it's started to mix in. You can see it's starting to loosen the mixture, which is good, that's what you want. So we will add in a tiny drop more, so I'll turn it off, add in another drop, and then let's mix that in slow, and then speed that up. And I think that that is actually going to be enough. I think if we went for more, it would make it too wet, and you still want this to be a fairly consistent mix. So once that's had that mix and it's fully incorporated, we're going to put it in our tins.
So now you are lining the bottom of the trays with butter, so nothing sticks. Here's my stupid question. Why is there 3 trays?
Because it's going to be a 3-tier Victoria sponge.
Ah, okay, makes sense.
So I also use baking paper on the base, just to ensure that it's going to come out well. But yeah, this recipe does actually say that it calls for a 2-tier, but I'm doing 3 just because they're the tins I have for this mix.
Okay, I understand. I think.
There we go.
Well, no, all I can think about is 40 Towers when Basil says to Manuel, there is too much butter on those trays, and Manuel corrects him and says, no. Unos, dos, tres.
There you go.
Oh, hidden Mickey.
There is your lovely Victoria sponge mix. Nice and fluffy.
Yeah, looks smashing, that does.
Thank you, John. So, now we're going to spoon 1 spoon at a time into each tin.
Right, sorry, how big is that spoon? That was very quick. No, sorry, you do the next one and I'll try and get a better look at how much you've got on there. So kind of a heaped...
Roughly a heaped kind of
what is
spoon.
that, like a ladle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a kitchen spoon.
There you go.
The technical term, obviously.
Yeah, just Google kitchen spoon.
Sorry. And you're just going to go round and do roughly the same amount in each. You could weigh out individually. I just like to do things by eye. So at the moment we've got 2 in each tin.
gone round 3 spoons in each little tray, and now you've got that much left, so you're going to try and divvy that up between 3.
Try and do that between 3. Okay, so now you've got your mixture in your tins. You're just going to spread it around so that it completely fills the tin. Now, you are going to end up getting a lot of cake mix on your palette knife. I'm just using a normal palette knife. So a little trick is just to get a jug filled with some warm water. Doesn't matter how much, so that if you dip it in there, it's going to help you when you smooth it round, so that you won't get as much stuck on it.
Okay. How did you learn this?
I'm not actually sure where I learnt it, to be fair. It will look like you haven't got much in there, but you don't want too much mix because you want there to be a nice rise. And don't forget, this is a 3-layer cake, so you don't need it too thick. Again, it has still got some on there. I probably should have re-dipped. So I will just scrape that back in and just smooth that out. Done. Then we'll move on to the next one. I've put done. Now your cake mix is in your tins. You're just going to pop them into the oven, and it's on 160, and it's going to set a timer. It says 20 to 25. Again, as I always say, less is more. So we'll start with 20 minutes and then we'll check them and see how they're doing.
Right, timer's gone off.
20 minutes is up, so now we're going to have a look and see if they're done. Oh yes, these are definitely done and ready to come out. And as you can see, the cake's starting to come away from the sides of the tin. And then the last one, just like that. There we go. And we'll do our bounce test. Yep, bounce, bounce. Bounce is back, but we will just put a cake tester in just to check. Yep, come out clean, come out clean, come out clean.
Perfect.
So they're now going to be left for 10 minutes to cool, and then we'll take them out of the tins and get them stacked and ready to put together.
Okay, so we've got the cakes out, cooling down for 10 minutes. What is this next step?
So this next step is we're going to whip our Oatly whippable creamy oat, which is a double cream substitute. So we're going to whip this in the mixer, and then once it's all whipped up, the cakes are cool, then we can start to assemble the cake. It looks exactly like double cream.
But this is, of course, the dairy-free version.
Dairy-free, soya-free, nut-free. And we have used this before. It doesn't actually taste that much different, to be honest with you. And it's going to take quite a while to get to there, but you'll start off slow. So we'll go for a number 2. We're probably going to want a bit more, so we're going to go up to 4. And you basically want it to be quite a solid texture, almost like a buttercream. So thin enough to spread, but thick enough to hold its shape. Have a little look. Oh, it's coming along nicely. We're definitely getting it increased in volume. Not far off, nearly there. You can see a real difference in the texture with it coming together now. I think we're probably there. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Yeah, that's a nice thick texture.
Like shaving foam.
It is, yeah, almost that kind of shaving foam. But we're going to turn it out to finish its cooling process onto a cooling rack. So, here's the moment of truth. Ooh. On. Ta-da! And then you've got your greaseproof paper on the top. You can either leave that on or you can take that off. This is already starting to peel, so we will take that carefully off. and you've got that nice golden colour sponge. And then it's just going to go onto here, ready to finish its cooling. Little tap, and out it comes.
So there they are, cooling down.
So cakes are nearly cooled. I've put the first one on its base ready to go. The cream is all whipped. Now the jam. Some jam is quite thick. So what I like to do is I like to pour it into a bowl and just stir it around to loosen it. Thankfully this one isn't too solid, but you just want to make sure that it's a spreadable. So just giving it a little mix before you get started, and it just loosens it up, ready for you to spread on your cakes. It's up to you which way round you want to do it. I'm just going to go with the cream first. So we're going to just get a spoonful of the cream and we're just going to spread that on just as you would a whipped cream, a normal dairy whipped cream, but obviously this one's dairy free. Still just as light, just as fluffy. And it's quite nice if you've got a cake board, because you can just turn that around so the cake's staying still while you're spreading this around. If you want to scrape the excess off so that you can get other things around, you can always add more, take it away. But you want to get to each side, each edge, so that you've got a nice filling for your Victoria sponge. Probably spoon on some jam and then use the palette knife to spread it. Do that first, you won't need to move too much. As you can see, there will be some mixture. That's perfectly normal. It's going to happen. It doesn't matter. I'm going to need a little bit more on there, and this is what I mean. It's just all about using your eye and what you think is going to work best. So nearly done with the cream now. Just going to gently push it to the edges without trying to disrupt that cream. But obviously you probably are going to get some leaking outside the side of the cakes, but you can tidy it up later. Because it's runny, it's going to spread and drip quite easily. So don't put too much on in one go. But the palette knife just allows you to slowly get it to spread out without it going too far and mixing up those two ingredients. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it in the middle and spread it from the middle out. Less risk of it dripping then. people also like to use fresh fruit in a Victoria sponge.
Well, like a banana.
Yes, exactly like a banana. No, as in like fresh strawberries or fresh raspberries.
Yeah, I think I read that it is meant to be raspberry jam.
Oh.
If I've remembered that rightly.
Well, we use strawberry in this house. So now you are ready for that final layer to go on top. The moment of truth. Bum, ba, da, bum.
Wow. That is a monster.
So, like I say, now you've got it all together. Now you can do the tidying up, if you wish to. But if you're happy with it as it is, then that's that.
Rustic.
It is rustic. And then in terms of decorating on the top, it's purely up to you. You can sprinkle it with icing sugar. You can put more of this cream on the top with a pile of strawberries. It's purely up to you. So, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll show you when it's finished.
Give it a spin.
Okay.
Needs to go in the fridge, you were saying. Is it getting a
Yeah,
bit...
I was going to say, it's starting to slip and slide a little bit. So I'm going to put this in the fridge and that will just help it firm up just a little bit. And like I say, you can see that the jam and cream is leaking out. I'm not bothered by that. It looks nice. And to be honest, this is my birthday cake. So it's my birthday tomorrow. So I'm happy with that. It will taste good and everyone will be able to eat it. And that's the most important thing. So, dairy-free, soya-free, nut-free Victoria sponge with fresh, free-from Oatly cream. Yum. So, I hope you enjoyed that. This is our dairy-free, soya-free, nut-free Victoria sponge with Oatly whippable cream. We hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget, if you liked that, please like and subscribe for more videos. And let's see what we're going to do next. See you next time. Bye.